Back to Rachel's Fit Pilates. We are going to get started with a quick warm up today, and we'll do it with 3 red springs on. So let's lie down. You can set your feet on the foot bar. We're going to go through imprint and release, so rock that low back into the mat and come back to a neutral spine. And again, we're exhaling as we imprint and inhale, return. And one more. Imprint that low back and then back to neutral spine. Now we're going to circle the hips. So going in a clockwise fashion, circling from right to left, feeling the loosening up of that low back area through the pelvis. We'll do 5 each direction. And last one. Okay, then left side. So now going left to right, counterclockwise. I always feel how just feel so tight in that area until I get it warmed up. Okay, let's place our feet in tabletop. We'll go into ab prep, so let's flex up. Now we're gonna point the feet and then flex them back down. We'll do that for 10, staying flexed up the whole time. So let's point and back to tabletop. And 2. Feel length through those feet. And 5. 6. Try to stay as flexed up as you can here. As we get tired, we want to come down. And 2 more. 2. And 1. Legs come back in tabletop. Put your head down. You can rest your feet down. From here, we're going to extend the legs out and bring them back to tabletop. So let's flex up again. Feet in tabletop. We're going to extend both legs out and bring them back to tabletop, and let's do that for 10. So reaching out. And 2. The lower we go, the harder we're going to feel this into the abs. So we're doing this now as our warm-up. We'll be adding some straps in there later with some arm exercises, so getting your body familiar with these patterns here. And 1 more. Okay, bring your head down, feet come down. And then the last one we'll do, putting those feet back in tabletop, we're going to kind of combine those 2 exercises we just did. So flexing up. Feet come up, lower and lift, tabletop, come back down. And we'll do that for 5. So flexing up, point, lower and lift, tabletop and down. And again, flex up, point, lower, lift, and tabletop down. 3 more. Tabletop and down, and 2. And last one. Great, and come on down. Let's place our feet on the foot bar, hip distance apart. Our heels will be on. Let's do 3 hip rolls. So we're going to roll through imprint, come up onto the shoulder blades. Breathe in and exhale, roll down. Nice and slow. And again, breathe in, exhale, rolling through imprints. Peel each vertebra off the mat and roll back down. Remember, trying to keep your knees pointed forward so they're not floating in or out as we come up. And last one, imprint up onto the shoulder blades. Really use those glutes to keep you up here and roll back down. Now we can place our feet together. We're just gonna drop our hips to the side. So dropping the knees to the right, feeling a little stretch through the low back there. Just take a few breaths. Okay, then we'll drop to the other side. This always feels so good. And last breath. Okay, let's bring our feet back. We're ready to go with footwork because we have those 3 red springs on. You can lift your headrest up if you like. And we'll start with our feet in a V. So let's put the heels on, toes are apart, and we're gonna push in and out for 10. So pressing out and coming back in, trying to go out as far as we can without locking out the knees. We'll try to keep a good pace here so that we can keep that heart rate up, get the most out of the time we are using to exercise. In. Let's put our heels on now. So let's keep our feet together. Heels are on, and let's push it in and out. So pressing out, coming back in. I really feel this through the quads, right above the knee. A little more into the glutes when we go through the heels. Okay, 3 more. And 2, and 1. Let's go into high half toe. So balls of the feet are on. Lift those heels up, and let's press out and come back in. This always feels like a lot to me right in the beginning. It feels like a lot in a good way, right? That's what we want. Remember, we don't want to pause too much at the end here when our legs are fully straight. We don't want any rest. We just want to be going out and come back in, and fully out, come back in. Great. Let's lower and lift. So same foot position, we're going to push out. Bring that carriage in a little bit as we lower those heels, come up into a calf raise, and come back. And again, press out, lower, lift, come back in. And again, pressing out. Really try to contract those calves. So squeezing those calves up here, fully contracted as we do that calf raise. Okay, 2 more. And last one. Great, come on in. All right, let's go into second position. So we're gonna put our heels on, hip distance apart, and let's press in and out for 10 like that. Let's keep a good pace here. Three more, 3, and 2, and 1, and come back in. All right, let's turn the feet all the way out, so turned out. Heels are to the edge of the foot bar. We're gonna press out, rotate inward, and come in like that. Rotate back out as we come out. So pressing out, rotate in, and come in like that. And again, press out. Out and in, out and in. I'm exhaling as I push the carriage out and then inhaling as I come in. Okay, we got 3 more, and 2, last one, and 1. All right, let's take one of the springs off so that we can go into single leg work. Okay, we'll sit back down. Let's start with the right ball of the foot on. Left leg's gonna be in tabletop. We're gonna be switching the feet as we go back and forth, alternating right and left. So we'll be switching when we're in. So I'll show you what that looks like. So pushing out, come in and switch. So right and left. Okay, and we'll do that for 10. So right ball the foot goes on, left leg's in tabletop. Let's push out. Left foot goes on, right foot goes on, and left, and right, left. So knowing where to place that foot, trying to place it down in line with the knee and the hip. Okay, let's do that with the heel. So right heel goes on, press out, come back in, left heel. You can keep your feet flexed for this. Pressing out. Whew, my quads are burning. I can feel this. Just some variety here. It is kind of nice to vary back and forth. Your leg gets a little bit of a break in between. Now we're gonna sit up and go into some chest work. So we're gonna grab our dumbbells. You can keep those 2 red springs on because we're not gonna be moving with the carriage. So I'm gonna grab my dumbbells. I've got 10s, but you can use whatever you like here. We're doing a chest fly, chest press, and some tricep work. I actually like these quite a bit better than doing it with the straps. So let's lie down. We're gonna start with a chest fly. Let's put the legs at tabletop. So those dumbbells are right in front of us, reaching the arms up and straight. We're gonna open out to the side like we're opening with a beach ball, and then press those arms back in together. So let's do that for 10. So open, and then bring them back together. And 2. We're gonna inhale. As we lower those weights, exhale, bring them back. Good. And 4. Even though the reformer is a lot of resistance and so many different exercises, this just brings an extra element when you add dumbbells. Adds a whole another layer of exercises you can do and positions that you can move in. 1. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is called skull crushers. This is a great tricep exercise. So same starting position. We're gonna bend those elbows, bringing the weight near those shoulder blocks, a little bit behind them, and then come straight back up. And we'll do that for 10. Keep those abs in here, no arching in the back. Okay, so make sure your abs are really stable here. You're locked into a good position. And let's slowly lower those weights and extend those elbows nice and straight. Here we go. And 2. 3. I love this exercise. You really, really feel it. You could also extend the legs as you do this, but we could save that for next time. I'll make you come back for more, right? More pain. Okay, let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. My right arm is a little, not really putting it right where it's supposed to go. Okay, bring the arms down. So the last one that we're gonna do here is a chest press. So same thing, we'll keep those feet in tabletop. This time we're gonna bring the arms up so that we can see the back of our hands. And then we're gonna come down and then press those arms back together like a little arc here. All right, and we'll do that for 10. So coming down and bringing them back together. And down, nice and controlled. Exhale as we press up. So we press up, that's the harder part of the movement. You Still want to be nice and controlled as you lower. That's still working, but this is really where you feel more of the contraction into the chest. We'll go for 4 and 3, 2, and last one, 1. Great. Okay, let's set those aside. Then we will sit up, take one of the springs off, and go into some more arm work. We'll do just the red arms and abs next. So take one of the red springs off. We're gonna lie back down, put your straps on, and we'll be using the straps as we do the arm exercises. All right, let's lie back down. Okay, grabbing those straps, reaching them up, and then legs going tabletop. And we're gonna build on that warm up that we did earlier. So we're going to bring the arms straight down as we point the feet towards the ceiling. So extending the feet up as we flex up and come back down, and we'll do that for 10. You can keep your feet in tabletop if you like for this. So let's go for 10. So flexing up, point those toes. This might feel a little light in the arms, but we're gonna do a lot of ab work within these, so you're welcome. You'll thank me. Good. Up. Everyone's trying to work the abs in the new year, me included. I don't do it enough. Okay, now we're gonna put our arms out like a T, so they're in line with our shoulders. They're gonna come down by our hips as we flex up. Pointing those toes, we're gonna lower lift and come back down. And same thing, we'll do that for 10. So flex up, lower lift, come back down. And again, legs come up, lower lift, and come back. Lower lift, come back down. And 4. How are your abs feeling? Mine are definitely awake. And again, lower lift, lower lift. 2 more. And last one. And come back down. All right, next we're gonna do triceps. Keep that upper arm down by your side. We're going to extend the right leg out first, flex up. You can stay flexed up for this. And then left leg. So right and left, alternating. We'll do 10 total, so 5 on each side. So let's go. Reach, reach. So alternating right and left, squeeze those triceps. It's funny when I look back, I always think I'm really flexed up in my upper body, but I'm often like right next to the mat. Great. All right, come on back. All right, let's do arm circles and then we'll move on. So bring those arms down by our side and then circle around. You can flex up for this if you like, or you can keep your head down. So here we go. Out and around. And 2, 3. We're trying to keep those abs flat as we're reaching those arms. If you're flexing up here. And last one. Okay, and then out to the side. And then straight through by us. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. All right, let's move on. Okay, straps go back down. Let's sit up. Now let's place just one blue spring on. We're gonna do a hamstring curl, and we will need the platform extender for this. So go ahead and grab your platform extender. We are gonna place it on top of the, here, let's actually take the straps off. We're gonna place it further back on the railing here. You don't want it to be too close to the carriage, because then you're not gonna get enough of a hamstring curl. You're gonna feel like there's a very short range. So let's place it, you're probably about a hand's width from the edge of the reformer. And then we're gonna come over here into the well. You can sit on the platform extender. Okay, here comes the fun part. We are gonna be holding with our hands here. Your feet are gonna go by the shoulder blocks. We wanna be up in a bridge, and this is where we are gonna be curling. Okay, so I'm up. You bring that carriage towards you. This is the contraction right here for the hamstring. And then you slowly release so that your feet are about a little bit away from your knees. They're not right underneath. Okay, so try to stay lifted. It's like a full body exercise. Okay, so let's try to go for 10. So curling in and release. Try to stay lifted. Don't collapse. And drop those hips as you bring the carriage in and out. Nice and slow here. Keeping it light. If you feel like your hamstrings are strong enough, you could definitely go higher in springs here. And 1. Great. Okay, you can let that go. You can sit back down. Now let's grab our ball. We're just gonna do 2 exercises here with the ball. Okay, so we're gonna sit on the platform extender. Bring those feet up, and we're gonna circle around 10 times. Okay, so just holding that position, circling the ball 10 times. So here we go. Draw those abs in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep those legs up. This is really working the hip flexors. 2 more, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, you can bring the ball down. Let's bring the ball between our knees. You can just hold the side, and we're gonna squeeze the ball for 10. So working the inner thighs here. So squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Hold the ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 10 more. Squeezes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, set the ball aside. Now we're gonna repeat the hamstring. We'll do all that for 1 more set. Okay, if you get in this position, it's like you might as well do a couple things in the same spot after you do all the setup. So let's come back up into a bridge. Glutes are working, right? If we're not using them enough, we're gonna be sinking down. So stay lifted. Feet are slightly away from the knees, and we're gonna curl. Drawing that in for 1, 2. Try not to sink into the shoulders either, right? So really so many muscles are working here to keep us supported in this position. Okay, 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Great, okay, let that go. That's such a good one. There's not as many exercises for the hamstrings, I feel like, with the reformers, so to me, that's definitely one of my favorites. All right, let's go up, holding our feet up, and we'll go for 10. So circling around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Feet come down. Now we're going to do those squeezes with the ball. So holding here and squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now last one, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm always like releasing it. Okay, now 10 more. By like the 7th count, I'm like, oh, I let go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last squeeze, and 10. Great, okay, let's have the ball side. From here, we are gonna go into some back work. So let's grab our box. We are going to be putting the box onto the carriage. One red spring would be great for this. And I will show you what we're gonna do with the straps because we're gonna be facing the other way, facing towards the foot bar. Okay, so we are gonna be lying on the box. I'm gonna put my foot bar down a little bit here. So let's take that platform extender off as well. Okay, so we are gonna grab the straps. You can step into the well. I feel like this is the easiest way to get into this. You're gonna lie onto the box. You could step up on the railing if you have a higher reformer. And then from here, we'll scoot ourselves after we press into the straps. Okay, so we're gonna lie down and then put some tension, drawing those straps towards you as you scoot up, and then we can go about right where our chest is, hanging over the box, and then we're gonna be ready to go with using the straps. Okay, so this is where we get some of that back work because we're using those back extensors to stay lifted through the upper and mid back. So for the first one, we're gonna do a shoulder press. So bringing those arms up, elbows are in line with the shoulders. We're gonna push out and come back in. I'm trying to point my feet so I still feel like my legs are not just hanging there, right? Everything is lifted here. So let's press in and out for 10. So push out for 1 and 2. With the breath, we exhale, out, inhale, come back. Now, this might vary. Some people will feel some pain through the low back, but you can also put a little pad where your hip bones are, like a foam pad that will help change the angle of your pelvis here so that you don't feel that through the low back. Okay, good, we can relax. All right, now we're gonna do a bicep curl. So arms are gonna come down by our side, palms are facing towards us, and we're gonna bicep curl for 10. So coming up for 1. Release all the way so those arms are straight. This was cruel to do with the hamstring curl before because I'm feeling my hamstrings more than I usually do in this position. That's good though, right? Good. All right, just a few more. Squeeze that bicep. Squeeze it right here when we were contracted. Okay, last one. Great. Last one we're gonna do is breaststroke. So bringing those arms up, we're going to press out and circle around.
And we'll do that for 5, okay? That would be nice. So let's push up and around. This is the last exercise we'll do here. 2. So circling through and around. Okay, last one. Okay, happily let those straps go. All right, let's sit up. Now we are going to do some lunging with the box. So I'm gonna move the box over to the side. We're gonna be standing on the box. You can keep that one red spring on, that's fine. I'm gonna move my props. Okay, so coming back over. Okay, and we are gonna grab our ball. We're gonna be doing some lunging and then working into the quads more. So you're gonna step up onto your box. And then, so I'm on my right foot right now on the box, and I am going to be pushing that carriage in and out with the left leg. With the ball, the first leg exercise we'll do will be up and then coming back down with that back leg straight. And then with the ball, we'll start with the ball out as we're up, and then we're gonna bring the ball up and return. Okay, so we'll do that for 10. So coming down, ball comes up. That's gonna work the shoulders as we bring that ball up. That's 3. Good, sink deep into it. And 5. Try to keep those hips square as you come down. My legs feel pretty good because we've been working a lot of other muscles leading up to this. Okay, 2 more. 2. And 1. Okay, bring the ball in towards you. My leg needs a little break. Okay, bring the ball in towards you so it's at chest height. That leg's gonna stay bent. We're gonna really keep this leg down, and then you just put the ball away from you, bring it back to your chest. And then we'll go to the other side doing these 2 as well. So, staying down. Let's bring the ball out as we push the carriage out and come back in for 2 and 3. If this was a weighted ball, that would make it even better. If you've got a weighted ball at home, this is a good exercise idea. Last one. Whew. Okay, let's go to the other side. So bring that box over. Okay, grab our ball. Now right foot is up against the shoulder block. And we're gonna go straight down first. We go down as we lift that ball up and return. Keep that back leg straight. I always think mine's really straight, and then I watch it back and I'm like, the leg is not straight. As you bring that ball up, make sure you're not extending through the spine either, like reaching back like that. Okay, you wanna be keeping that spine neutral. Keeping those abs engaged will help prevent you from extending the spine. Okay, can you stay down? Let's just get it over with, okay? So balls by your chest. You're already hating me, I know. Push out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, 2 more. 2 and 1. Whew, great. Okay, come on off. Put that ball to the side. We're gonna place the box onto the carriage. And spring-wise, we can just keep that one red spring on for now. First, bring your foot bar down. We're gonna do a little bit into the glutes and hamstrings. So let's come onto the box first. We're gonna do this with no straps. Okay, so our hands are on the side of the box. I have my left foot hanging down, and then my right leg, I'm on my knee in the middle of the box towards the end. All right, and we are just gonna do with no weight, and we're gonna be pointing that foot, bringing it up, and come back down. Okay, and we'll do that for 10. So lifting up and down. If you're doing this correctly, you are not sinking into that supporting hip. Okay, so we see that so much. I do that when I'm getting tired too, is sinking into this hip. It makes it so much easier on your abs when you do that, so try not to. Try to really stay right on top. Bringing that leg up, not extending in that low back, right? It's not a competition of how high can you go. It's can you be nice and controlled through your core as you bring that leg up and down. Okay, now staying on that side, let's bring that leg up. You can flex that foot. And what do you think we're gonna do? Push up towards the ceiling and come back down. Let's do that for 10. Press up. 1, 2, feeling that in the glutes. Same thing here, trying to keep the hip square, not opening through the hip that is having that foot up. All right, switch sides. Other leg now is down. I'm gonna scoot up so I don't hit the wall for me. All right, lifting up for 1, 2. You feel this feels like a full body exercise as well because your arms are supporting you, your core is definitely working here, legs are working. This one feels really good. Okay, 2 more. 2, last one. 1. Okay, let's flex that foot. Then we're gonna bring that foot up towards the ceiling, okay? So come up. 1, 2, 3. We got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, that's 1. Okay, great. Let's take that box off and we'll go into feet and straps and do some stretching there to finish. Okay, so let's put just one blue spring on, one medium. So we have 1 full tension, which is 1 red for me, and then 1 50% tension. We're just gonna do single leg for feet and straps, so we don't want the 2 reds. If you like to go lighter here, you can do just 1 red spring. All right, let's lie down and then put your right foot into the strap. Okay, let's start with bend and stretch. So feet are flexed. Let's extend the foot and bring it back. And we'll do that for 10. So pushing out. And 3. I feel this quite a bit in my hamstrings when I do the next one we're gonna do lift and lower. I like doing single leg. It's more of a challenge for your pelvis here, so very good for us moms who've had babies. Okay, last one, stay out. Okay, now we're gonna lift and lower back down. And again, lifting up and lower. So coming up, so it's right about at your hip height, not coming too far back. You don't want your hips to come off, your tailbone to come off with the carriage. Don't come back too far because you gotta pull it all the way back. You might feel that into your low back, so this feels much better. Two, And last one. 1. Okay, now we are gonna turn the feet out, okay? So you're gonna turn it out, laterally rotate it, so knees pointing out, and we're going to press in and out like that. See how different that feels. I cannot keep that left leg in. It always wants to do what the other leg's doing. Okay, so push out, point that toe, and come back in, and again. We'll be doing the same thing, keeping it turned out as we lift and lower with a straight leg. Two, last one. 1, keep it out, okay? Turned out, lift up and lower. And again, lift and lower. Remember, with the breath, we inhale up, exhale, lower down. We got 3 more. And 2. Last one, then we'll switch legs. 1, great. Okay, let's switch legs. So place that back on the shoulder block. Grab your other strap, press out. Okay, we'll do bend and stretch first. So flexing out those feet. Point. My foot, whatever. I'll just let it point and flex if it wants to. Pushing out, lower down. Nice and controlled. We get that stability, trying to keep it tracking straight. There's so many deviations, right, that leg wants to do. Trying to do a clear, straight path. Okay, now keep it out, lift up, and lower back down. And again, lift and lower. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. We are almost done. I'm sure you guys have done great. It's fun to do some new exercises if you haven't. Sometimes the most fun ones are the ones that are the hardest to get into or just the weirdest. But it feels good. It's good to challenge our bodies in new ways. Last one. Okay, let's turn that foot out. Bend and stretch. Good, this is working on those external rotators to externally rotate that left leg. Okay, almost done here. Last one. Okay, keep that foot pointed. We're gonna lift up and lower down. I find this one quite a bit harder than when the leg is parallel. Draw those abs in too. That will help you feel more stable here. My hamstrings are gonna be hurting tomorrow for sure. Okay, last one. Great, okay, let's stretch. So take that other strap, we'll do a little stretch here. Point those feet up. Such a well-deserved hamstring stretch. Pull down on those straps. You can circle the feet around. It feels so good. Feel it into the calves, into the hamstrings. Okay, you can put one foot down deep in that stretch into whichever leg you want first, so whichever leg is straight.
Okay, switch legs. Okay, let's turn our feet together, and then you can hold that stretch, feeling that openness through the hip flexors with the knees pointed out. Okay, bring your feet up and out. All right, you guys are all set.
Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the workout. If you have any questions or would like me to include a certain body part in the next workout, I can definitely do that. So just comment below, and I'll see you next time.